Good evening, friends. We have Mr. Swarndeep Singh from ERP, uh, Logic ERP, and from Color Plus we have, sorry, Color Bar. Okay.
Yeah, I think you changed the verticals actually.
Right, right.
Apparel
Sorry.
to cosmetics.
Okay. So you saw the AV, and what I'm going to do is ask few questions on actually your behalf, and you can definitely add more questions. Okay. So first question is, what kind of say made Color Bar to continue with Logic ERP for its journey of 15 years when the environment was changing, the business requirements were changing? Okay. Can you highlight that?
Yep, sure. Hello. So basically, like, it was a pure, whatever. So,
Come.
so hi, I represent a company which is Colorbar, which is into cosmetics. And it has been a great journey. So basically, when you select a partner, it is always about, like, for example, the technology changes, the dynamics changes, and the business changes. So I think what keeps you hooked to a partner is if it is a vendor or a partner. I think Logic was a great partner for us. While we were growing, they were growing with us. They were giving us all the tools which was required for our business needs. And we have learned over a period of time. So it is a journey which is 15 years. So I still remember when we started with the EBOs, or rather it was GT, MT, and then EBOs. And you really need a system which is scalable, a system which could cater to the needs of today. When we are talking about digital platform or digitization, I think they really help us out, the continuity of the business. They made sure, for example, the needs which are needed for the new gen are being delivered. And at the same time, for example, they were able to do in a speed. And I think that was the only reason I think we managed to continue with them. Otherwise, for example, it was always your growing business and your partner selections, or you look for someone else. I think they really hooked us with the speed, scalability, and the visibility which they offer us.
Great. Now, today we saw that in every session, almost everybody highlighted that to get the single view of the inventory, okay, of the stock is it's a kind of a challenge, okay. And a lot of kind of say speakers here came about various ways and means with which they have achieved this objective. How you went about it, and maybe on technical perspective, how Logic ERP has been making it available.
So, you want to say?
Either of you.
Okay. So for us, like, for example, when
Can
we have been doing a cosmetic vertical, it is all about SKU. It is all about colors. So I think the inventory management is the most important thing. The way in apparel the size matters, in color cosmetic the colors plays a significant role. I think that is where the technology plays a very vital role for us. Right from the visibility from the inbound process. So I think while we starting using some a small system, we realized, for example, our processes were being taken care of, but the efficiency was not there. So when we moved to Logic, I think they gave us a great tool on warehousing, which helped us with a great inbound system, a great put away, and I think it will really optimize all our channels. Similarly, for example, when we are looking at, there are a couple of technology they offer us, which was auto replenishment or vendor management and other stuff. It really optimized. And with the Omni coming in, it further optimized our inventory, so we don't have to worry about, from a customer experience point of view, where the inventory is. We know, for example, if customer is asking for something, it could be shipped from the nearby store. So that's how the complete fusion of inventory management in terms of optimizing happens with your technology.
Yeah. Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, actually, whosoever want to go Omni without single database, it's not possible. So for the Omni, there are the 4 pillars. You need to be, say, like, there should be a single inventory, single CRM, a single PIM, and as well as the 4th, what we say is a reverse supply chain management, right? That gives you, say, the customer gets the trust because somebody is there. If he doesn't like it, he can return it from any source, right? Whether he bought online, he can return offline. If you bought offline, then the online. So this is, let's say, like, again, if you don't have a single database, so it's not possible because syncing of data, it always gives somewhere discrepancies there. So single database is the must. Say like, even if you add manufacturing is also into the single database, that also helps you a lot because of the supply chain management become more agile. That's it.
So what is the roadmap that you have, especially for the enterprise customers?
So enterprise customers will like, everybody is now, there are the two things. People who are not on a single database, they are moving to the single database. People who have moved to the single database, they are going to the hyper-local. Because they want to deliver it faster. Because a few days earlier, I think we were discussing there in Bangalore, say there is a human psychology. People want to have that product, whatever I ordered, there is the excitement for 24 hours, not more than that. After that, after second day or third day, I may say, I don't want this, I want to return it. So give him in 24 hours, so he'll have it, use it, right? So you will save on the reverse supply also, as well as your sales is also there.
Any question from the audience?
I understand his solution because he's giving a one single database, because you have everything in one single solution, ERP logic. So whether it is an inventory, procurement, or point of sale, or whatever, it's in one this thing. But considering the growth in cosmetic industry in India, it's phenomenal growth. I mean, if you have seen, the Nykaa is the great success story as such, and every brand is growing, not only Nykaa, but other like Sugar Cosmetic and all, everything is growing. So how do you find these kind of a solution as far as your scalability is concerned? Because moving from 100 crore to 1000 crore and 1000 crore to 2000 or 5000 crore may not be a challenge for you. So how did you plan, and how do you see that, how technology is going to support you?
So I will speak on the lines of what he spoke about. A single database plays a significant role. I still say, for example, single data is important, but I think it is not the only hindrance, because today, for example, being a technology, there are best of the breed software is available. You can integrate using an API. You could make it real time, and you can make sure, for example, you can get results what you're looking at. So yes, while we were looking at them as a partner, I think they became our bread and butter on the ERP level. We look at a lot of other solutioning. For example, when we were looking at omni-channel prospects, so there are best of the breeds, we picked it up. But at the end of the day, I think the truth lies, for example, where your inventory lies. I think that was a source where they really help us out. They really help us out with the great POS. And for example, wherever they were not available, I think the extension of their APIs, the extension of their
Ravi,
skills.
his question is more on the scalability part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So basically, going forward, I think the future is not only about one vendor, it is also about scalability comes with if your existing partner can scale based on or integrate with the other companies, it gives you a value system.
Let me refine this question of scalability. When you look at the connected ecosystem, which is marketplace and your own website and offline, scalability is also a function of how many transactions or a performance you can support in 1 minute, 1 second, 1 hour. So from a performance side, is it like 100,000 transactions in a minute can you support? So from an architecture perspective, I'm keen to understand from that perspective, because when SAP says I can do millions of transactions for Best Buy, the sale has hit, so we have a big billion day. Flipkart says my backend can handle this much traffic. So scalability is not just where business can scale. From a performance standpoint, what is the scalability aspect?
See, as far as like, I'll give you some examples what my customers are using. There's one of my customers, I'll name it here. I don't know whether I name it or not. It's a red tape, right? In a season time, every day they are dispatching 10,000 orders a day, and their average is 6,500 orders per day. As the average is coming. And if I take it the garments alike, so the average of garment brands are coming, say like it's a 35,000 orders, right? So in the season time, they are giving that kind of orders. And if I talk about the Colorbar, their sizes are very small, right? Lipstick is this size, kajal is, this is a pencil. There's a 150,000 units, say like they are shipping in a season time. And approximately 80,000, say like SKUs keep coming in and out from the warehouses. It's an average.
Okay.
So the scalability, if you want to,
Is it horizontally scalable or vertically scalable? Okay. So what is the throughput that we can expect from the system?
Yeah. So basically, I think when we started with Logic, for example, it was a closed loop software for us. As I said, for example, we have consumed Logic to the T from where they have started with a closed loop and where they moved to the cloud. So today, for example, when you're looking at a scalable system on the key days, there were two line items which were playing important role for us. So we are hosting Logic on a hyperscale system where basically it allows us from a cloud prospect to scale up whenever needed. The technology from the software point of view has to be coded that way that, for example, it can take those loads. And for example, you can add as number of resources to do that. So we have seen, for example, with our different channels where the growth has gone up, and when we are hitting our orders to our warehousing system, we scale up based on the needs, and that's where the cloud architecture, which we have been using today, and with their technology, it has been really working for us. So while he was giving a number, it is every day we ship out roughly around 1 lakh of units, and we ship around, for example, the maximum throughput which we do is roughly around 180 to 2 lakh pieces depending upon the season. So that's where the technology has been scalable using a
Sure.
hyperscale.
Thank you very much. We are run out of time,
Sir,
and we can take the
just-
discussion further offline.
just 1 minute, sir. Sir, मेरा एक छोटा सा like I'll change my language, sir. ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि what kind of the capability I have. I would like to say कि मैंने पिछले 30 साल में किया क्या है, right? वहाँ से मैं यहाँ तक जो आया हूँ, ये scalable क्या किया है. If we take the example of KKCL, they used to have only 2 stores when we were onboarded on the system. Now they have 375 plus stores. Production unit एक होता था, production unit 4 हो गए. Distributors, some distributors, now they have 100 plus distributors. Right, so that's the kind of the scalability we have done it. And I said today, if they come, they said triple. उनके बोर्ड ने मेरे से पूछा कि आप कहाँ तक जा सकते हैं. I said आप 5,000 करोड़ तक पहुँचिए, उसके बाद बात करेंगे. So that's the kind of, say like any time we can grow. आप triple करिए, 4 times करिए. The day we can't deliver it, change us यार. And that's the kind of, say like the confidence we can give you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.